How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of hopeful IPA goodness, whole lot of bits and pieces, a whole lot of collaborationness going on in this one. So, yeah, what should I say? Hop Butcher for the World led old Knotty, not the Knotty, old Knotty. It is a Citra and XPO 6297. It's a experimental hop, assumedly. Hopped Hobson Oak infused India Pale Ale with vanilla. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. The other bits and pieces are it's a collaboration beer with Hop Butcher, Solemn Oath, and Miskatonic Brewing, with also a furniture company and a realtor. Worley Furniture Co. and John Green Realtor. And it's a beneficiation for the Naperville Foundation. It says here, read the full story at hobsonoak.com. Listen, no idea what that's all about. I go into everything blind, so I'm sure there are stories to be told about what's going on here, but my guess is there's an old tree somewhere, and it's a benefit to benefit that, and this maybe has some of that old oakiness in there. I could be totally wrong, but that's my guess. And go check that out, though. See what happens. I'm going to go check it out after the beer. I just didn't want to do it beforehand. And other than that, like I said, Old Knotty, 6.5% alcohol by volume. This was canned on 3.7. This is 3.21-ish. So only 2 weeks old, and that'd be that. Like I said, it's a Citra and extra hopped oak infused India Pale Ale vanilla. It sounds pretty delicious, and the artwork's killer, as per Hop Butcher standards. Their artwork's usually pretty on top of things. So yeah, let's dive into this sucker. Sent to me by Hop Butcher. Thank you very much, brothers. I'm gonna interview them for my show that I do, the podcast I do, but they're just super cool dudes. So anytime I get to crack one of their beers, it's pretty fun. Some of the stuff I've really enjoyed. They made some beers that were some of my favorite beers I've had last year and this year, but then some that kind of just missed the mark for me. So, but I like the things they do. I like the attempts they make. I like the not resting on their laurels kind of thing that they do up there. So yeah, what do we have here? Soft haze, nothing too crazy, gold in color, pinky finger, creaminess, bit of rockiness, nothing too crazy. Gave her a couple swirls, so kind of knocked the head down to neutral. Let's see what the nose has. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of like a fusel alcohol thing. Nothing too crazy, but I'm taking big, huge huffs of it. But other than that, I'm just getting straight up like old school, nice. I shouldn't say old school, new school, old school, nice Citra-based IPA. No wood to speak of, no real vanilla to speak of. It's just a nice big popping citrus style hop. A bit candiedness to it, nice sweetness, but there's a bitterness in there too. Nothing too crazy. Smells well made. Smells nice. There's not much there as far as a wood component or vanilla, at least on the nose. But she smells tasty. Let's see if she's tasty. Cheers. I like it. There's a bit of dryness there. I assume that's a yeast/wood thing. A bit of oak tannin, nothing too crazy though. Tastes like there's a little bit of vanilla in that wood, but again, there's vanilla in the beer, so it's probably coming from that. There's a nice bittering from the hop. It definitely comes off like really candied, kind of orange. I don't know if it's a combination of Citra and an experimental hop. I assume it is, but it definitely has Citra vibes to it. Old school Citra vibes, because Citra has been leaning not super citrus. Oddly enough, the name of the hop, but old school Citra was definitely like that. So it has those kind of old school Citra vibes. Nice body to her, nothing too crazy. She's tasty. Tasty in that Midwestern kind of hoppy kind of thing that they do out there so well. It's just a Hobson Oak infused. Don't know what that's all about. I don't know if it's actually been aged in an oak or somehow whether they just poured over the tree. I don't know. Again, I'm assuming there's a tree involved. This is all asses and yous and me's up in here. But it's a tasty beer. It's got that softness, though, that I dig so much. That they really have their kind of finger on that kind of water nutty softness thing. But you're getting bitterness from it, too. You're not just getting sweetness. You're getting bitterness. You're getting nice sweetness. I'd say they're about dead even. But the bitterness is a bit more fuller and fatty as opposed to the sweetness being a bit more candy-like. So it's different, but fun. The vanilla, again, it comes off as like a wood thing to me, which is really cool. But I think it's just straight up vanilla. And I think there's just the oak-infused, hops-infused oak thing. Adds a little bit of dryness, but not much else outside of that. Taste beer, nice, delicious, good stuff. Not mind-blowing, but really tasty stuff. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better IPAs that I've had as of late. Sure. Definitely worthy of being on the edge, if not in the conversation, but at the same time, it's definitely not going to be up there at the top of the pack. It just lacks a little bit of kind of, well, it has nuance, it has depth to it. It just lacks a little bit of personality, a little bit of identity. Not personality, it has personality. It just lacks what it wants to be. What it wants to be is a very kind of gentle drinking middle. I wasn't saying middle of the road. Definitely not middle of the road. It's kind of, I don't know, impact neutral. Man, I'm just making up words now just to try to fucking figure shit out. It's tasty. It's weird because I'm talking about it in a negative sense, and I don't mean it that way. I also don't want to be like, oh, this is king shit of fuck mountain, because for me, it's kind of needs a little bit of something. And I'm not talking about volume. I'm not talking about making it like a huge double IPA with hops hitting me in the face. That's not what I'm talking about. I want a little bit of a hashed out identity to it. It just feels like it's missing that. That being said, it's tasty stuff. Value and availability, I don't know. Maybe somebody out there can actually chime in on value and where you get it and all that fun stuff. I know their stuff is not brewery release stuff. It's pretty much hits distro and then it's essentially gone. And leave you with, if you like what, will you like this? If you like interesting multi-layer leveled kind of hop forward beers, because that's where this one really kind of shines, is that it gives you a lot of different bits and pieces, but you really kind of have to work at it. It's like a movie you really have to pay attention to or watch a couple of times. Some people just don't dig that shit. They just want straight up, they want explosions and, you know, titties and fucking whatever, just visceral impact. You're not going to get that here. What you're going to get is something that takes a bit of paying attention. But for my minute 3 minutes of analysis, I like a little bit more kind of idea of where that attention is. It's like the movie Usual Suspects if it ended right before the reveal of Kaiser Soze. I'd be like, okay, well, who was that person? You know, I need a little bit of a reveal there to give me a bit of a kind of grounding to understand where I'm going with the beer. Man, getting deep, kinda. But yeah, it's tasty stuff, delicious stuff. If you like old school Citra, if you like gentleness, if you like multi-layered beers, this is definitely be what you're looking for because it's tasty. Or a good cause. Foundations, donations, restorations, all kinds of stuff, and killer artwork. If that's your jam, give her a whirl. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers in the Google if you want to check me out on the social medias. Beer Massive in the Google or your favorite podcasting app if you want to check me out doing the podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little hot jammer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.